Amendment of the Constitution had nothing to do with corporations, and the Supreme Court has now said there is a thing called corporate personhood. You better get in and change it. It was the only amendment to the Constitution that had to do with an individual. And under that last decision, now, a corporation is a person, but let me tell you something. You mess around. The Republicans think this is just the greatest thing since ice cream and pop at the end of the road. Let me tell you, this is an automatic butt-kicking machine when you open this door, and don't think the Democrats aren't going to come back and rain bombs on old Cruz and all the rest of the guys. This is a automatic fanny kicker with a big boot on the end, and you ought to get rid of it.
All right, folks, there he is, Alan Simpson, talking on this show on Monday, and he also talked about Citizens United case, and who better to talk about this whole issue of campaign finance and the constitutional amendment that the Senate is trying to pass than David Bossie, President and Chairman of Citizens United. Hello, David.
How are you, Steve? Thanks for having me back.
Always my pleasure. Okay, so the former senator trashing Ted Cruz, who took to the floor of the Senate and said, you know, hey, the Saturday Night Live skits that we all know and love, they would be illegal, and you could put the president of NBC in jail, theoretically, if this constitutional amendment, which, by the way, passed a procedural vote 79-18 on Monday, even though most Republicans who voted for it will probably vote against the actual amendment, if that ever did come to pass.
Well, it just goes to show you that, you know, that Alan Simpson's completely out to lunch. You know, Alan has been out of the Senate a long time. And he really, I don't think, is following at all what's going on in reality. So I don't know if it's just that he's been gone a long time or what, but he has to get his facts together. What Ted Cruz said is exactly right. Senator Cruz went to the floor of the United States Senate to defend every American's right to free speech, left or right, meaning liberal or conservative. What Ted Cruz's position is a position just like the position that I have here at Citizens United, which is we may not agree with your speech, but we believe in your right to have it. We want to have a debate over ideas and over policy, but we don't want to stifle speech. And that's what McCain-Feingold did. That's what guys like Alan Simpson wanted to do long before there was McCain-Feingold. Alan Simpson was always a protagonist of limiting speech. He wanted less speech because he believed, and he still believes, in incumbent protection plans. All guys who are in power want to do, keep power.
Yeah, no, it was interesting things that he said, especially he told Ted Cruz, read the damn bill. One wonders
you're telling a you know, I know our president likes to claim that he's a constitutional scholar, and I think all Americans now know that he probably has never read it. But Ted Cruz is as close to a constitutional scholar as you're going to get in the United States.
Alan Dershowitz, David, says he's one of the best students and smartest students he ever had.
I don't agree with Alan on much, and I do on that. Look, Ted Cruz is a lot of things. People can disagree with him on policy positions. That's okay. But Ted Cruz is right on when it comes to his interpretation of the Constitution. And that's really the argument. I'm going to take Ted Cruz's belief and interpretation over Alan Simpson, who was always kind of a clownish United States senator.
So what do you think? I mean, Reid has threatened to keep senators in town over the weekend, you know, and to accomplish all of his goals. Do you think that this thing, I mean, the Republicans who voted for it, even McConnell said that we need a debate on this, so that's maybe why they got 79 votes. But when push comes to shove, there's no way this is passing the U.S. Senate, is it, with a two-thirds majority?
Oh, no. I don't believe that for a moment. I mean, look, the Senate yesterday voted, I believe it was 52-44 or some version of that, very close to that, to defeat this bill to keep it from coming to a full vote, which would then require 67 votes.
Right.
So they only had 52 or 53 votes yesterday. They're never getting to 67. So I don't have any problem sitting here today believing that the Senate Democrats, who only wanted to do it for political purposes, they wanted to raise money off of fear of Republicans raising money. That's what Harry Reid is. Harry Reid is so cynical. He is such a, quite frankly, horrible leader of the United States Senate. He brings the entire conversation down in the United States Senate because he is so cynical and so political in everything he does. And so Harry Reid brought up a vote to repeal Citizens United because he wanted to attack Citizens United and corporations from buying American politics and politicians when there are no facts to back that up, number one. And number two is he wanted to bash the Koch brothers who take their money that they have earned and they put it into campaigns or organizations that support conservatives. That is that's something to be fearful of, because it's not like they have George Soros doing the same thing with Jared Polis and all of their left-wing billionaires on their side. They do the same thing, but they use it for fear because all they've ever been able to do is divide the American people. Over the last 6 years, they have divided over race, over gender, the war on women. They've divided over class, over the haves and have-nots. And that is all that Nancy Pelosi, that is all that Harry Reid, and that is certainly all that Barack Obama has, is they have to divide and hope that their portion of the pie is 50 plus 1 on Election Day.
You got it.
And that's all they've been doing.
All right, very well said. David, great talking to you, sir. Have a great weekend.
Steve, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. David Bossie, ladies and gentlemen, President and Chairman of Citizens United. It is insane. First of all, forget the fact that they have a slew of billionaires on the left, as David alluded to. But even if they didn't, even if it was only the Koch brothers and they only supported the Republicans, and forget all the good that they've done for hospital wings, etc., and underprivileged children, you don't, as a U.S. Senator, take a private citizen and trash them repeatedly and call them un-American on the floor of the Senate. We'll be back, but now your Newsmax Now update.